Streamer are going to update their music selection.
Yeah, we need some Christmas next week. Good morning, everybody. Today is December 19th. That makes it a Tuesday, and I believe we're 5-6 days shopping before Christmas. You guys all set, ready, and jingling all the way?
Nope.
Some. Me neither.
I'm ready to go.
Mrs. LaPera isn't out there doing your Christmas shopping for you?
Oh no, she got a lot of stuff done. It's me.
Oh,
it's last minute Anthony every year.
Me too. I mean, thank God Amazon has that next day delivery. You're not stuck to what's in the mall back in the day, just rolling through the Robinson Mall at 11 p.m. on December 23rd.
I think today might be that last day for Amazon, so you better get on it this morning.
Yeah.
Christmas on Monday, messing everything up.
I think I did see the 19th is the last day to guarantee for Christmas. So there you go, guys. Get out shopping. Help that economy today.
If you go USPS, you will not get there. You might be getting there before New Year's Eve, though. So send a bottle of champagne through USPS.
Wrap it up so it's not broken.
That's what she said.
Anywho, I lost power last night, was watching a little football, and somehow the Philadelphia Eagles, who's supposed to be the greatest team in the world, lost. So I woke up a happy camper. For the future Steeler fans out there, Tom, Mason Rudolph, a upgrade or decrease at the old quarterback position this week?
So I only listen to one person about the Steelers. It's your father. And since he loves Mason Rudolph as president of West Penn Financial, I think that I'm going to guarantee Steelers victory. Wow. We're going to say 23-16.
Okay, there you go. Boom. Anth, what's your thoughts?
I'd be totally happy with that. I mean, I really would. Over the last couple of games, I mean, come on. I'd love to see a W on the board. Yeah, I'm not looking for anything too great, but I don't think he can be worse than what we've had so far. So let's go Steelers. Moving on, the number one topic, I think it's going to be the most talked about topic for the first. I think until the Fed makes their first cut, which again, we don't know exactly when that will be, but it's interest rates. Where are the interest rates and what is the cost of interest rates? Right now, I think, in my own personal opinion, the public is so confused of where rates are because they've moved so much. Now buyers have no idea. Do I need to pay points? Am I not paying points? What is my rate? Can I pay points? And it is so convoluted right now that the second looks I'm getting, it's literally thousands of dollars of difference sometimes. It's like the same program for thousands of dollars of difference only because the buyer did their due diligence and did a second look. I don't know how many times we have to tell this. Every company has their own rates and every company can charge pretty much whatever they want to get that interest rate. And if you're not paying attention, I don't know how to tell this. If you're an expensive mortgage company, you're not advertising that. You're not going to let everyone know, hey, by the way, I might be $4,000 more than your competitor. They're not going to bring that up. It's up to you as the real estate agent or the buyer to do their own homework, to get pre-approved by multiple companies to make sure they're saving thousands of dollars. I mean, Tom, it's pretty simple. Credit pulls are good for 120 days with West Penn Financial. You can get your credit pulled as many times as needed for mortgage purposes in that 2 week to a month time window.
I think the biggest thing is that you need to check that rate almost every time you're getting a new estimate for a home. Oftentimes I ran into this problem a couple weeks ago. When the rates did drop that dramatic 2 weeks that we had, a borrower told me, they didn't even come back to me. He said, oh no, Tom's rate was way higher than the rate we're getting today on this new one. And the agent was smart enough to say, hey, no, you should probably go back to Tom. They've been down 1.5 points over the last 2 weeks. And I ended up getting them 0.25 lower than the other bank, but they weren't even going to check with me again because the rate that I gave them 2 weeks ago. And one of the biggest things you need to know as a consumer and as an agent, these rates are changing anywhere from 5 to 10 times a day on us here at West Penn, and they're moving rapidly and they're big jumps one way or the other. So you need to always be checking on that day when the sales agreement's accepted to make sure that that is the best rate that you are getting.
Yeah, I mean, Anth, I don't know how else we can explain how the interest rates work. It's like the stock market. If the stock market is open and you have stock, it's literally changing constantly. It's never not changing. It's the same way with interest rates. They're always moving, just like a stock. It can move none in one day. It can move drastically in one day. So yes, just because you got pre-approved and your pre-approval has an interest rate, that is just what that rate was for that day. Once you need an updated estimate or you see a new property or you're then going in to put in an offer, you then have to go back to everyone you got pre-approved with and say, hey, can I have updated estimates for today? And I know it takes some time to potentially get 2 or 3 pre-approvals, to call 2 or 3 companies. But if you're the buyer, it's economics 101. If there's competition in the marketplace, it is 100% good for the buyer. So the buyer should want companies competing over their business. Am I losing it here? Or have we gotten so lazy in life that we don't want to take an hour of our lifetime to call a couple banks to get pre-approved for the biggest purchase of your life?
Boom. I think you nailed it on the head.
Yeah. I think that's exactly right. I mean, the unfortunate part is, I mean, how many times have you guys gotten phone calls where the clients, they don't want to give you any information, but they just want to say, what's your rate today?
Yeah.
And it'd be great if there was a crystal ball of us knowing the personal financials of that client to give them a proper rate. So if they're doing that, lenders are just going to give the best possible rate they have on the market based on an 800 credit score, 20% down, etc. But that doesn't mean that's going to be your rate because, like we're talking about, the rates do change multiple times a day with the market. So it'll get locked in once you get an accepted offer. The interest rate you're receiving is based on your overall qualifications, credit, debt ratio, program, etc. But the actual locked in rate is based on you now having a transaction. So now it's tied to that property that you're buying. But with the interest rates decreasing, ultimately everybody does have different rates. You have retail rates, you have wholesale rates, you have correspondent rates. And since rates have decreased, it's definitely
you just said 3 words people don't even know what they mean, but we will do that in another episode right there.
Yeah. I mean, since rates did decrease, you got to double check the rate. Checking the rate on a daily basis and you don't have a property just to get an idea, go for it. But if you get an accepted offer, ultimately you have 7 days to make formal application. That's not usually your shopping time frame. You have to make formal application within those 7 days. But I had one last week. As a buyer, do your research as well. I'm not knocking anybody, but I let the client's agent know, hey, we're the same. We're the same rate, but we're not charging any points. The other lender was charging points, $1,800, and nothing. I got crickets. Unfortunately, that client doesn't know that there's another option that could save them $1,800. So make sure as a buyer you're doing your own research. Look at the cost sheets. Get a cost sheet. If your lender won't give you a cost sheet, call one of us. We'll give you a cost sheet.
Yeah. Or even better, it's called a loan estimate. You need to get a loan estimate when you're putting in an offer to compare when buyers have given all the proper information to the loan officer. I mean, Anthony hit it right on the head. If we have a rate at 6.75 and the competitor has a rate at 6.75, the only thing the buyer knows what to look at is that interest rate. But you guys as real estate agents have to know there is more to it you have to ask, what is the cost of that interest rate? Every single lender is going to be different. Every origination charge is going to be different. Every point is going to be different, whether they're charging points, how much they're charging. Every company is different out there. And if you're only asking the question of what's my interest rate, you're not asking enough. You're not going to get the full cost, and you're doing your client, or if you're a buyer, you're doing yourself a disservice. So please get your buyers second looks and don't let them get ripped off. If you're an agent out there and you're okay with your buyers spending thousands of dollars more, hey, that teach their own, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got anybody who doesn't want to save money. I don't even know. I don't know what you call them. Krampus?
Ooh, must be Krampus. I mean, the way I look at it, if I
Never
give
heard of
my
that
client,
word.
if I give my client an option to save them thousands of dollars, I'm going to look pretty darn good. That's going to spread out there that, hey, my agent was able to save me thousands. You know, there's commercials that used to be able to save thousands with 15 minutes. I mean, it's not far off with West Penn Financial.
Yeah. Don't be Krampus, agent.
No Krampuses allowed.
Except at noon today. I'll see you later.
All right, guys. Have a great Tuesday.
See you guys.
Later.